This episode of the What's Happening Delco podcast is brought to you by Delco Meets for Business. Check us out on Meetup at Delco Meets, the number 4 business. Register and attend one of our incredible networking meetings. We meet the 1st through the 4th Tuesday at the Upper Crest Restaurant in Newtown Square. We meet the 1st through the 4th Thursday at the Brick House in Ridley Park. We look forward to seeing you there. What's happening, Delco? I'm Rich Shane, and welcome to the What's Happening Delco podcast. Today, I'm joined by Katelynn Ennis-Wolf of Kreations by K. Welcome to the podcast, Katelynn.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, Kreations by K. What is that?
Yeah, so Kreations by K, it's kind of a play on words. So my name is Katelynn, so that's where the K comes from. Because a lot of people, they actually think my name is K. So I always like moments like this are great to clarify that. So yeah, it's the K is for Katelynn. So, and then the creations aspect is, basically kind of an umbrella to kind of describe my business. It's a very creative based business, and taking people's ideas and creating them and making them reality.
Okay, what is your business?
Yes. So I do event planning and designing. I do charcuterie. I do event rentals. So, like a flower bar or a wicker chair for a baby or bridal shower. I do balloon displays. And once again, kind of the same thing, like the umbrella. I deal with a lot of different aspects within the event world. As you can see, my hands are kind of in a couple of pots.
How did you get started in all that?
Yeah. So, I guess kind of backstory is I grew up in an Italian family, so I was so used to being exposed to antipasto and all the yummy foods that Italians. I had an Italian mom, so I lived off of her recipes and I watched her and I took cooking classes growing up. I used to watch Contessa, and I was the little girl that took a cooking class, and that was like my birthday party. And then I took in college, I took some nutrition courses, so I learned all about food, and even the science behind it. And then when I was in nursing school, veterinary nursing school, actually, it's kind of how I started, even in the small business world, is I started my own dog biscuits company. So I had a dog that had severe food allergies. And so I had to learn, how to make special treats for her that she could have because a lot of the companies out there really didn't have foods that she could have. And then also kind of the balloon end. I was the president of a club in my high school where we would blow balloons up for the students for their birthdays. So I got really comfortable with like balloons and inventory, and that's kind of even where my entrepreneur skills kind of even started. So yeah, as you can see, there's kind of multiple aspects of kind of what brought me here. I've always loved doing events. I've done them for families and friends for years, and I kind of even saw my mom when I was little doing it. So I got a lot of exposure from different avenues growing up.
Blowing up balloons. Are you able to make balloon animals?
I'm not that good, not that skilled.
Katelynn, what can people expect when they work with Kreations by K?
Yeah, I really am attentive to details. That's huge with events. People notice those little fine details when they walk into a room. I try to be really creative. I love working with my hands. I really try to make each experience with every client very personal and unique to each person. I try to get to know them, what they like, what they don't like. And I only use high quality products from food to even balloons. So these items will last. And I really try to build a trusting relationship with the people I work with. Trust is so important in any business. So, and I really I love bringing people's visions to reality and to life. Hearing what their dreams are and then them seeing it in real life is the best feeling in the world.
You have a number of facets that your business helps clients and customers. The events that you do, talk about how you help people schedule events, organize events, and take those to completion and success.
Yeah. So I kind of deal with different aspects. So I'll have people that just hire me for balloons. And so I'll have them kind of give me the theme or what they're thinking about, color scheme, even providing me with some inspo pics. And then I'll even show them some of my work. And then we kind of, put it all together. And then even too, like I'll deal with some people like their weddings or even just a shower where I'll help them maybe just organize the day. Like they'll do kind of the steps leading up, and then I'll make sure that the vision that they have and that they've worked on will come to life and the way that they want. And I deal with a ton of different vendors, so I'm really big with like collaborating, especially in the community. So I love kind of bringing different people in on the projects that I work on. And it's great because I feel like I've built those relationships over time because I've worked with them on multiple events. So we just kind of get each other. And it helps too because a lot of the time when I work with clients, they don't know where to even start. So I kind of give them a foundation. I show them my work. I show them kind of what my services are and kind of link up with what they're looking for.
With your food background,
Mhm.
you talked about antipasto, you talked about charcuterie. Talk about that aspect of the business. And as people are looking to bring that into their home or their business or their event, what do you provide?
Yeah, so I could do grazing tables, which are great for, I always say, like 50 people or above. So bigger events. I do my favorite. I always say, people ask me, like, what's my signature thing? I always say my charcuterie cups. They're my favorite, especially I feel like after COVID, because people like they're individual, people can grab and go, walk around an event, talk to people. And what I love about it is you can make them really personalized to the theme of a party, like to the extent of even the stickers I use in the front. Like I worked with a company where I made their logo on the cup. And then I can even all the way down to like I can personalize the food. So I ask what people love, what they hate, if they have any allergies. So once again, I really bring it back to I really try to get to know the clients I work with and make it very personal to them. And I do even like the boards, different sizing of boards based on, I always ask like, what kind of party is this? How many people are you having? Um, and even too, I like will find out kind of like aspects of their party, like certain cheeses and meats and fruits link up with certain types of alcohol. So I always try to make sure that I'm bringing flavor and texture and color to each, type of charcuterie that I will display, from a board to a grazing table to a cup. And I've learned a lot along the way from just, like I said, kind of where I grew up, and what I was exposed to, and kind of have learned to kind of tweak things along the way. A lot of trial and error.
All that you do is so visual to the senses.
Mhm.
Is there a place that people can see your work, your website, your social media?
Yeah, yeah. I always say boards are like a work of art, and I'm actually teaching a class in Havertown at the Busted Saddle on March 20th, and that's a class I'm going to kind of show people like how to put a board together, and I always tell people too, like art, it doesn't need to be perfect. You kind of have fun with it, and so if you want to see kind of my work and skills, I have an Instagram page. I have an email to connect with me to help you with your party or an event. I have a Facebook page and I'm currently working on a website. So if you want to see me in real life, I do workshops, but then I also have the virtual aspect as well.
For those that want to find you on those socials, what should they be looking for?
Yeah, Creations by K LLC.
And that's creations with a K.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we want to make sure they don't start putting that C in there, and then
Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes.
who knows, they might end up in Iowa or something.
Yes. No, we are in Havertown. We're Delco, Havertown, Pennsylvania.
All right. You're Havertown, you're Delco. You talk
Yep.
a lot about food. I'm curious, when you have that cheesesteak craving, where are you going for cheesesteaks?
Oh, that's a good one. So my husband's from Philadelphia originally. I'm actually from New York, and so he's kind of rubbed off on me. I mean, I came here, I stayed for school and stayed ever since. And I would say Dalessandro's in Roxborough area, and then Steve's, Prince of Steaks. Those are like my go-tos.
All right. We need to find you that go to place for you and your husband in Delco, but
I
we'll
know,
talk.
I know. Delco Steaks. I love Delco Steaks.
There
Uh,
you go.
yeah.
How about for pizza? Where are you going for pizza in Delco?
I know, I feel like being like a New Yorker, I have very high, I guess, expectations. I would say Pika's in Upper Darby and Chenzo's in Havertown.
What do you like on your pizza?
Ooh, I do love with Chenzo's how they kind of do the reverse. It's like an upside down pizza. So they do like the cheese on the bottom, the sauce on top. That's kind of been become my favorite. I do like meat and veggies, obviously. I guess that's the charcuterie girly in me. But yeah, I could go for just a plain pizza slice.
I think it would be fun to take your Creations by K skills and do something on a pizza. Now that would be really cool.
Ooh, that would be fun. Oh, I would love that. Especially like I use a lot of like artisanal type cheeses, so that could be really fun. Ooh, I love that.
You're out and about and you're heading to an event in Delco and you need a convenience store option. Where are you stopping, Wawa or Royal Farms?
Ooh, probably Wawa. Yeah, I love a green tea, iced tea. Oh, those are always the best.
How do you describe Delco to somebody who's never been here or has not heard of Delco before?
Yeah, so I lived in Old City for like 7, 8 years, and I came across Havertown, and I have never felt an area where there's just like you're surrounded by community. There's such a sense of community here, and even with my business, I have found that people just show up for each other and really like rally and support each other. And they have like so many of the people within this community have helped spread the word about my business. And I I have collaborated with so many small business owners within Havertown and Delco, and I've never seen a community where everybody's just willing to like step up and help each other. So I feel like Havertown and Delco, just the area in general, is very, very special and very unique that you don't find what we have here everywhere. So I'm very, very lucky to be living here and surrounded by the community that I am.
You have friends or family coming in from out of town and you want to give them or take them to that Delco experience. Where are you sending them or where are you taking them?
Ooh, okay. I do love a good cocktail at Brick and Brew. Like their rooftop is super fun. I would say that's probably like my go-to. Depending on the type of food we're going for, El Pastor is a super fun one. That's a new spot, a Mexican spot in Havertown. Buenos Aires has become one of my favorite Italian spots in Havertown. I feel like we've got a smorgasbord of great spots within our town.
Just as I expected, we're eating for your tour of Delco. So I love that. Bellies will be full and everything will be satisfactory. Katelynn, is there anything that we haven't talked about on the podcast today? Anything you want listeners to know more about you or Creations by K?
I think why I really got into this and kind of my reason why is really my clients and just my passion for creating and just having the opportunity to take my design skills and bring it to life and bring it to a reality. And I've had some clients where just we've worked from the start of their event to the end and just seeing like their excitement when they walk into a room, just seeing them smile and so happy is just like everything to me. And I always say it's not just about decorating, it's about creating memories and experiences for people that are unforgettable, especially a lot of the time these are like big moments in their lives. So I love bringing joy to gatherings and getting people together and just celebrating and really making each experience custom. And I really try to make each experience really special. So, yeah.
What I hear from you about bringing that joy and making things special is your passion for what you bring to each individual event, whether it's something small like a charcuterie board or it's something very large like a large balloon display and a grazing table and a grand event. You're going to bring that passion each and every time. And that is what resonates even from the first board that I saw that guests brought over to our house. So thank
Aw.
you for being a friend of What's Happening Delco. Thank you for what you do in our community and the support. And we look forward to seeing more of your creations out and about in Delco.
Oh, that means so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I couldn't do what I do without support like you. So, I love, like I said before, I love Havertown and I love Delco. So thank you for all of what you do every day. So.
Have a fabulous day.
You too. Thank you.
Hey, it's Rich. Thank you so much for being a listener to the What's Happening Delco podcast. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn more about the people and businesses in our community. I have been a real estate agent for over 25 years, working with first-time home buyers to last-time home sellers. As a listener of the podcast, my gift to you is a complimentary 1-year American Home Shield home warranty. This is for buyers and sellers that I help. If you're looking to move anywhere in the United States, I have you covered with an amazing network of real estate agents. I look forward to hearing from you. My direct line is 215-313-3777, or you can email me at rshaneremax@comcast.net. Oh, by the way, I am never too busy for any of your referrals.